Recording. All right, we're going to go over some of the answers on this worksheet. Hopefully you've already done it. Remember, we learn in math by doing, not by watching. Okay, so vertical angles are the ones that are opposite. So this is opposite this one. Remember, the lines have to go straight through. If it's even at all crooked, then it's not vertical. So what I'm saying is if you have this, you do not have any vertical angles on this one because you've got that little hitch right there on this line. This is not vertical. It's got to be perfect like this one. So you're going to name the two yellow angles together. You're going to name the two purple angles together. So P to M to Q, the first purple one, with S to M to R, the second purple one. Remember, you can change the first and last letter, but not the middle letter. The yellow ones are in red. Question 2. If MQR is 59, so you're talking about this right angle, then what is P to M to Q? Well, 121, but we need to talk about Y. What we can think about is all the letters are above that line. So you've got a yellow and a purple. It's pretty clearly going to be a linear pair. Those aren't vertical, those are next to each other, together they form a line. So all you have to do is do 180 minus 59 and you're there. What theorem did we use? We used the linear pair theorem. Okay, if S to M to R is Y, we need to find SMP and, well, basically the other angles. Now, unfortunately, I kind of gave you too much, but let's talk about it. Should be pretty clear why Q to M to P, the other purple, is Y. If the bottom purple is Y, the top purple is Y. What seems to screw people up as much as anything else with these other two answers is that you guys are used to numeric results. But if you think about it, you know that the yellow and the purple together add up to 180. So if one of them is at Y, the way you're always going to find the other one is 180 minus Y. So if Y is 40, you're going to have 140. If Y is 100, you're going to have 80. You're going to take whatever your answer is for purple and do 180 minus it to get the yellow. So that's all that algebraic expression is saying. So don't make it hard. Okay, so we have a figure at the right. So we're supposed to state what the angle is using this theorem. So the first thing they want is FCL. You see the little right angle symbol? We have 90 degrees. Next, we're looking at H to C to I. We can just use a corner of a piece of paper, like this sticky note. And you can see that it's clearly bigger than 90 degrees, but it's not a straight line. So it's going to be obtuse. Next one, DCB. So we look at D to C to B. I've got this one right here. And I can cover that with this yellow sticky. So it's got to be smaller than 90 degrees. And it is acute. H to C to K. So we start at H, go to C, and come back to K. Well, we have two rays that just sit right on top of each other, pointed the same direction. So that's our zero angle. And then last, guess what we're going to have? We're going to have straight, which we think about it, G to C to B. There are opposite rays that are connected at C. So we have a straight angle. All right, name two pairs of supplementary angles. There's all sorts of ones that you can say, but you just have to make sure that they add up to 180. So you're going to either start with this line right here or this line that's horizontal. I went with the horizontal line for no particular reason. So you could do GCF, then we need to come back with F to C to B. Could have also used this ray, but that's how I split it up. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of different answers. GCH with HC, that's wrong. GCH with H to C to B will also work. Because notice we have G to B ultimately, we've got that line that way. We have G to B, we have the line that way. So, and I'm using linear pairs there, but they don't have to be linear pairs to be supplementary. But all linear pairs are supplementary. So now draw a possible situation where 1 and 2 are complementary and adjacent. So you're probably going to have something that looks roughly like that. You have the 90 degrees, and then you have something a ray shooting through it to get your adjacent part. So they clearly add up to 90, and they're clearly next to each other. Okay, let's flip this over and keep going. All right, so this one, I drew a picture. So we read it, it says an angle's measure is 30 degrees more than its supplement. What is the measure of the angle? So I was lazy, this is not the only way to draw it, but I drew it as a linear pair. So if you have a supplement and then 30 more than the supplement, you have x and x plus 30. Well, what do we know these two angles do? Well, they have to add up to 180. So x plus 30 plus x equals 180, and we do our algebra. We combine like terms, we subtract 30, we divide by 2. So the measure of this angle is 75, but that's not actually the answer. We want the one that's 30 more than the supplement, and 30 more than 75 is 105, and we get a double check, because 75 and 105 do add up to 180, and 105 is 30 more than 75. Okay, number 8's a similar idea, but a little different. Number 8, it says 1 and 2 are vertical angles, and the measure of angle 1 is 3x plus 73, measure of angle 2 is 9x minus 35. Well, the first thing we have to do is say vertical angles. Are they equal? Do they add up to 90, or do they add up to 180? And if you look at the vocab, vertical angles add up to 180. So what we're going to do is we are going to set our two expressions equal to each other and solve for x. So that's what I did over here. 3x plus 73 equals 9x minus 35. Took care of x's first by subtracting 3x from both sides. Added 35 to both sides, divided by 6, got my answer. And then I don't write 18 here, because 18 is x, and they didn't ask for x. They asked for the measure of angle 1. Well, angle 1 is 3x plus 73, and now we know x, so we're going to substitute in. We get 127, we write down our answer. However, at this point, you might as well double check, especially because I'm going to make you do it anyway. So 9 times 18 minus 35 is 127, so that does look like vertical angles, they're equal. All right, let's take a look at number 9, the multiple choice. Number 9, you're given the figure at the right. We have AC bisects DAB, so the entire thing. So what do we know about BAC and CAD? What do we know about angle 1 and angle 2? Well, our conclusion is that their measures are equal. Now, why is that? It's because it's an angle bisector, vertical angle theorem, or linear pair. Now, remember, we decided we're not going to do the sufficient condition or the meaning part of definitions. If you know what they mean, we're going to count that good enough this year. Now, are these vertical angles? No. Are they linear pair? No. Did we bisect? Yes. So pretty good hint that we're talking about either A or B, and I would take A/B, A or B, either one of them, both of them, as long as you understand that you are bisecting an angle, and so the two angles need to be equal. Okay, next one. Given measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 is equal to 180. And our conclusion is that they are supplementary. Okay, well, we don't even need a picture on this one. What does it mean to be supplementary? It means that the two angles add up to 180. So we are clearly looking at the definition. It's not a vertical angle theorem. Now linear pairs do add up to 180, but we don't have that. We don't need that here. So I understand people who answered B, but our better answer is definition of supplementary angles. That's what it means. Okay, 10. Give the correct justification given the figure to the right. How do we know that L to N to P, let's do this in highlighter, is equal to M to N to O? What kind of angles do we have? We have vertical angles. Vertical angles are what? Equal. How do we know that? Well, that's what the vertical angle theorem tells us. So we just write down vertical angle theorem. Last one, I already have the work up there. How big is the angle? Has to be 130 degrees. So all we're saying is, look, we got a straight line. We have one angle coming off of it. Here's our other angle. We know the two angles together have to add up to 180. So linear pair, there's our work. Sometimes work, there isn't an awful lot of it to show. So make sure you're understanding it. That's all. We'll get you the homework assignment.